substance. Sources close to the matter say Matthews will not be allowed to compete, coach or associate with athletes during that time. Reports are that the 4-year ban on 25-year-old Matthews was handed down by the committee of the National Anti-Doping Commission after a hearing in late January. It was back in November 2015 that reports surfaced that Matthews had broken anti-doping rules during the Tour of Guyana 5-stage cycle road race. Subsequently, he was tested out of competition upon his return to Barbados, and results confirmed he was positive for clenbuterol, a known anabolic steroid. Clenbuterol is a synthetic drug used in the treatment of asthma and other respiratory diseases in veterinary medicine. It also promotes the growth of muscle and has been used illegally by athletes to enhance performance. Matthews' A sample was positive for the substance, and he did not request to have a B sample taken. The endurance rider was not the only competitor to test positive for a banned substance during the Tour of Guyana. One of their national cyclists, Alonso Graves, along with a Colombian, were also found to have broken anti-doping rules. Interestingly, Matthews' teammate and Tour of Guyana winner, Colombian Carlos Ospina, refused to provide a urine sample, citing unsanitary conditions, and was stripped of the title and immediately disqualified. Well, in another CBC exclusive, there is disparity within local volleyball circles over whether veteran volleyballer Fabien Cox has been dismissed from the national team. The experienced outside hitter of 20 years says he has been axed and he feels disrespected by the manner in which he found out. He spoke with CBC's Shane Jones this morning.
Well, the past 2 weeks, the manager had called me and told me that the chairman of the Fed has decided, well, they're not going in the direction of me, so that's why I'm not at the selection in the trial. So I was like, what direction is this? She never answered. So they said, okay, well, no problem. Thank you. And that was the end of it. But then they start hearing like a lot of different like captain also tell me query the list, because they showed him the list, and he was like, one is not on the list. Well, the court said he just received the list and he didn't have no dealings with the list. So he keep asking what is going on. Well, he told me last night that after speaking to the coach, he said, well, the selectors have decided they're not going with me and 2 other players and that's final. So they never give a reason why. So that's basically all I know. And I really don't know what's going on, but that is what I heard. Well, being I had a lot of plans along with these vice captain and a couple of players for training purposes for the tour coming up. So I rejected I feel rejected, but, you know, disrespected is really the way I felt after giving 20 years of my life to volleyball. And I really felt the confusion or going back and forth, fighting with the BZ or no one. So I just told them that, you know what, I accepted it, and that was that.
However, while Cox is insisting that the team manager confirmed that he was dropped, the selection committee is denying that assertion. When CBC Sports contacted BVA chairman of selectors Andrew Hoyt, he charged that while they were given a list of players from the national coaches, it was still under review, so he wasn't at liberty to say if Cox was dropped or not. Now, Cox posted on the social media site Facebook this quote, "Thank you to all my fans, family and friends who supported me on that journey, which has now come to a premature end." There is no official word on how long the review process of the trials list will take. Well, the timing couldn't be worse. Just days before the start of the ICC World T20 in India, there's a possibility that West Indies all-rounder Andre Russell could be banned from cricket. Reports are that Russell has missed 3 doping tests within a 12-month period, that is. The report surfaced yesterday that the 27-year-old Jamaican failed to make himself available for the tests, and under World Anti-Doping Agency rules, this constitutes a positive finding. If found guilty, Russell could be banned for up to 2 years. The Jamaica Anti-Doping Commission Independent Disciplinary Panel Chairman Kent Pantry says they received notification of Russell's violation about 2 weeks ago, and they've appointed a panel to hear his case. The West Indies Cricket Board has also said it is aware of the situation. Russell has turned out in almost every global domestic tournament over the last 12 months, playing in the Indian Premier League, the Caribbean Premier League, the South African Ram Slam, the Bangladesh Premier League, the Australian Big Bash, and just a month ago, he helped Islamabad United capture the inaugural Pakistan Super League title. Now, Russell is currently with the West Indies squad in United Arab Emirates, preparing for the T20 World Cup later this month. Now, last week he was named as a global ambassador for Nissan by the Japanese automaker. West Indies selector Courtney Brown has come out in support of the regional selection panel despite recent heavy losses by the West Indies Test team. After going down to both Sri Lanka and Australia in very unimpressive fashions, Brown believes that the selectors led by Clive Lloyd are still very competent in spotting talent and that they have the future of the region at heart.
I think that the selection panel that we have is a very competent one. Obviously, I mean, Clive Lloyd speaks for himself in terms of cricket and being around great teams, and also developing great teams and great players. So I think that we have a good bunch of selectors. I mean, Courtney Walsh, I mean, speaks for himself. And Eldin Baptiste has coached, you know, in many places, and we all know that back in the days he came under the Malcolm Marshalls and these guys, but he was always recognized as a very good bowler as well. So I think we have a good group of selectors.
Well, Brown was speaking on QFM's cricket talk show Mid-Wicket. Switching sports now, debutant Adam Hornby will hit the court first as Barbados clash with Ecuador in Group 1 of the Davis Cup Americas Zone starting tomorrow. The draw was made today, and Ecuador's number 2 player, Emilio Gomez, will take on Barbadian Hornby in the first singles match at the Portoviejo Tennis Club. The 20-year-old, who was born in England but qualifies as a dual citizen, told CBC Sports he's ready for the challenge.
It's every tennis player's dream to be selected to play Davis Cup for the country, so obviously I'm absolutely honored, and I'd just like to thank everybody involved in the selection process for giving me this opportunity. As for where I can add value, I think the reason why I was selected was to bring some youth to the team, so I hope that as I continue to develop as a player, I can really start to make a difference. I haven't played on clay before. Growing up in New Zealand and Barbados playing tennis, you know, I'd never had the opportunity to play on the clay that they have here in Ecuador. So having that last week to acclimatize and to get used to the courts has been really valuable for me, and I'm looking forward to playing on them.
Well, that singles matchup will be followed by a rematch between Barbados number 1 player Darian King and Ecuador's number 4 player in singles Ivan Indara. Now, King defeated Indara last year during an exciting Group 1 tie at the Tennis Center in 3 straight sets, 6-4, 6-4, 6-2. On Saturday, Gomez and Ecuador's number 1 player Giovanni Lapenti will take on King and Hayden Lewis in doubles competition. Then on Sunday, the reverse singles will bring the curtain down on the tie. St. Leonard's boys are through to the semi-finals of the Barbados Secondary Schools Under-16 football competition. Playing at Richmond Gap, St. Leonard's put on a commanding performance in their quarterfinal clash to blank Harrison College. Quarterfinal showdown, St. Leonard's in white taking on Harrison College. First half action, St. Leonard's controlling possession in the midfield. Lovely through ball finds Kobe Griffith, who measures it just like that. 1-0 to the hosts. Harrison College defense under severe pressure at this stage. The goalkeeper not helping the cause. Deroni Hurley between 2 defenders and past the custodian. 2-0. 8C pinned in their own half. St. Leonard's having their way. This must be goal number 3. Well, fortunate to avert danger. How long will it last though? Late in the first half now. Deshaun Hurley displaying some individual magic that had the supporters begging for more. Rifles this one into the back of the onion bag. 3-0 the scoreline. Well, let's go second half. Didn't take long for St. Leonard's to unravel the 8C defense. The 1-2 down the right flank. Exceptional interplay. Hurley gives it the stamp of approval. His second and St. Leonard's 4th goal. Harrison College, not much happening for them in front of goal. But on this occasion, Jordan Every collecting a consolation from the free kick. St. Leonard's though 4-1 over Harrison College. Well, that's it for sports. The business report up next.
Extreme Crazy Eights has joined the family.